Hello and welcome to the Freakysquad podcast. I'm joined by Kenny,
Hello, everyone.
Soviet Union,
Hello.
Enoch,
Hello.
and Devlu.
Yo.
So, Ruben, would you like to go to
Yo.
Japan?
Yeah.
Why would you like to go to Japan?
I mean, the culture is pretty much the exact same in my country, but the crime rate is starting to become lower there than it is here. So,
I mean, you're
also,
not wrong.
it's nice over there, like kind of the atmosphere that I want to be in. So,
Honestly, I agree with you on that, Ruben. Kenny, would you
Yes.
like to go to Japan, and why? Why would you?
I would probably like to go to Japan just to see the historic landmarks and experience like the culture or visit like a temple or some other stuff.
so would you like to
Ooh.
live there or just visit?
Maybe live there for about a year or two?
Oh, yeah,
Honest-
it's not like a permanent stay or anything.
yeah.
No.
I gotcha.
How about you, Soviet Union? What's your views on Japan?
Would like to go to Japan as it is one of the most technologically advanced cities. But the thing is, I
Cities.
probably wouldn't live. You know what I mean.
Japan is not a
Probably
city.
wouldn't live.
It's a literal country.
But I'm like, I probably wouldn't live there until I knew at least the basic grammar rules of Japanese and actually know how to speak some of it, not just know phrases. Anyone can know phrases, but you have to know actually how to conjugate things. Like some of the basic grammar rules, how to write, at least the very basic and stuff like that.
Right.
And linking with the Japanese alphabet and things like that. So, yeah, if I knew Japanese, I probably would live there. But visit, of course.
I mean, I agree with you on that, honestly. How about you, Enoch? Would you like to go to Japan?
Yeah.
It's just a yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why would
yeah.
would
Why?
you go?
Why would you
permanently,
like
or-
to? I mean, why would you like to go to Japan? Do you like their culture? Do you like anime? Like, are you inspired? Like, what's your views on that?
I would like to go and see
All the landmarks and everything, right?
the landmarks. Maybe buy a shit ton of
Buys a
anime
body
shit.
pillow. I
Body
honestly
pillow.
wouldn't doubt Enoch buying a body pillow. Honestly, I would not doubt that. Would you guys buy any? Enoch, would you buy any anime figures? Like, what's your favorite anime character, and would you buy an anime figure that you liked, and bring it back home? Would you?
Yeah.
What is that one anime called? With Sebastian in it that you like? Sebastian.
Black Butler?
Oh,
But yeah, Black Butler.
Black Butler.
Would you like the? What would you do if someone bought you that? Like it's a really really expensive thing. I think these anime figures cost $100 a piece, or and some of them actually, because they're basically handmade. What would your reaction be?
Probably die and then come back to life and then sell it for more money.
Right. So
Or not, I just keep it in my closet.
so Ruben, would you get any anime figures? Would you? Ruben?
Did he die?
Would you get any anime figures, or a body pillow, or a regular pillowcase, or what would
figures? Yeah, but I mean,
no body pillow?
no,
No body
no.
pillow. What kind of
I'm a classy man,
a tips fedora?
Yeah.
But yeah, what what would you do if you went to visit Japan, Ruben?
Well, I wouldn't.
Like, would you?
I don't think I'd have. If I went to visit, I probably wouldn't know what to do straight away. But second visit, I would probably know what to do.
Right,
First visit, I'd probably just wander around like the main areas,
right,
and
like
maybe wander
Tokyo
off
and
into areas that I
Kyoto,
haven't
all
seen.
that. Yeah, and Akihabara and all that shit.
Yeah, Hiroshima. No, they've
Actually,
actually
I
got some
would like
pretty
to see
good.
that.
They've got pretty good attractions.
That
and
was
everything
out of
like
the
that,
blue,
and,
but
like,
okay.
scenery and stuff. No,
Um.
they've got some real good scenery. Over
Oh
there and
yeah,
stuff
they
as well.
definitely.
It's actually one of my main places that I want to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I do think further on in the future I'd like to live there, but until then I'm probably going to be more busy with work and everything to be able to live there. So, or at least for the next 3 years, I won't be able to live there. At least. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I was asking the things about Japan is me and Devlu want to actually move to Japan to like with our parents and shit, and take care of our mothers and whoever. Like,
I was more talking about the housing project of having us all live on the same block. And
yeah,
stuff. The parents on a separate block.
I know the parents. So we're basically building. I mean, I don't know if this is happening like along the way, but hopefully. But we want to live on a block where all these houses are like next to each other, and we'll have all our like friend groups in these houses. And you know, I don't know if we'll assign people to those houses. Will we, Devla? Will we?
To certain houses? Probably. I think if we can figure out some sort of system before now and then, which is still a long time coming, like obviously we're not going to jump straight into this. Yeah, we should have an organized system by then, and maybe we'll do it like that, or maybe we'll just throw in everyone random and see how it works out.
But will there like collide personalities and everything? Like,
yeah, then we can just move them to opposite ends of the street. It's we'll be paying their rent, so.
Oh my god! Imagine paying every. I mean, you're not wrong.
Just start up a little communist community.
Communist. Make our like own cult and everything.
No, he needs to beat.
Oh dear.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So me and Sam have been talking about that. So me and Freak are here. So would all of you live on the block?
Yeah. Would you guys like to live on the block, or would you?
Hell yeah.
I mean,
would like.
I mean, this would literally be the new Compton or the new Grove Street, pretty much, in like Japan.
We're not gangs.
No, I know, but like, if you think about it, it's basically like literally.
I fucked everything up.
Exactly, like it's basically the new Grove Street from San Andreas, but How would you guys like that? Like, what you guys is so, Kenny, what is your views on, like, what is your view on that? Like, what's going on? Like,
on us being like a community?
Yeah, like with our friend groups and everything and all this shit, and I mean, I think it would be interesting just to live on the same block and just to see how our relationships or friendships coincide, or personalities collide, and we'll like go off to that, and pretty much just I don't know, but to see how our fucking personalities collide. I I honestly cannot wait for that, but that's like years and years and years and years like along. But you never know what will happen in like a span of like 4 years.
We're obviously gonna sort it out as soon as possible because it's like, you know,
Yeah,
where we want to live for the rest of our lives. Kind of thing.
yeah.
You know,
Like-
we want to set it up to do so. But yeah, like, do you guys have any different opinions on what we should do with that, or if we should do it even in the first place? Or
I mean, if money and time allows it, yeah. I mean, it'd be an
Yeah.
interesting idea.
Yeah.
do you guys think it's a good idea?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're gonna have to do research on whether or not they
Sorry,
can.
what were you saying, Shadow? Wait, not Shadow, Road.
You just call him Shadow. That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Freak Girl tells me that all the time anyway.
yeah, it happens. But what is your opinion on that? Like, what is your
On the whole thing, yeah, I feel like it's a good idea, to be honest, especially for you guys.
I mean,
But the possibility of all of us coming with you guys is like a huge big if, because you know, like some of us don't have the time nor the money to even be able to go to another
I
country
mean,
or to be able to live somewhere. To
Well-
visit, of course, yeah, but like, you know, like an actual living there, would like to be there for 2 years, or like even for 3 months.
Yeah, well, I think one thing that we might do is make kind of a guest house or like 2 guest houses where, like, if we make a good friend, they can come over, maybe stay in that guest house for a while, and
yeah,
you know, if they want to
Yeah,
move
it's
in, we'll
kinda
move
like
them
the
in
same.
one of the houses. And
right.
It's kind of similar to what I think. What's his name? Oh yeah, Ian. You know, from iDubbbz did with Max Muffo and Filthy Franklin, because they were all in Australia. And
Yeah.
iDubbbz always like went a plane there
Yeah.
with them for a few months, did some stuff, and just went back. I feel like something like that. Yeah, that would be interesting.
That would be
Yeah, that-
interesting, honestly.
yeah, some of that group went with or went and stayed temporarily with How to Basic as well, I think.
Hmm I remember that video.
Mm.
That was a great video.
Yeah, but anyway, that sort of system. I feel like, yeah, of
Mm.
course, that would be really interesting, and to be honest, actually, it's a really good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, for my
Just don't
views on
punch
how
the
it is,
walls
yeah, I
in
feel like it is a
Japan.
good
You
thing.
get banned.
Punch the walls.
Wait, if you what?
If you punch the walls, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Like,
What do you mean by punch the wall?
what
Like,
do you mean? Like,
How am I gonna get a clue?
PewDiePie got banned from China because he punched a wall.
punch
That's
wait,
the
China.
wall,
did
though. Yeah, that was
That's
China.
China.
but-
You know, China's always iffy.
Yeah, China's
China's
like,
yeah.
Also, I think there's a difference between, you know, like punching a random brick wall or punching like the Great Wall of China. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would
Like,
love to go.
I haven't seen the video, so I don't know what wall you're referring to. But I mean,
Oh, it was just a wall, like a hotel wall.
oh,
So
geez,
he-
yeah, no,
That's
they
stupid.
escalated things crazy. But
It's China, and it's PewDiePie. What do you really expect?
I mean, come
Yeah.
on, bro fist.
Bro fisted the wall.
So
my dude, my cousin put my other cousin's head through a wall like this. They didn't get kicked out of the country.
so do you guys remember Ruben?
Yep.
Do you remember when Logan Paul went to Japan? Do you know how like chaotic that
Who
was?
doesn't?
So
Ooh,
mad.
Big
that's,
character thing. We don't even need to talk
It was
about that.
so
Everyone probably already knows
disrespectful.
that.
That was
So a big right turn right here, like
no, but what is your opinion on that? Like, what do you think on?
my opinion is the same as everyone else's. It was a fucking stupid idea.
It was a stupid idea, and he
I
should
don't
have.
blame him too much. I just think he, as a person, is stupid. Not trying to be mean, but you know, you gotta lack a little bit of brain cells to do something that dumb.
What do you think would
He is
happen?
lacking brain cells. What are you talking about?
What would you think? What would you think if Jake Paul went? What do you think would happen?
Be even worse,
Yeah.
or around the same.
Honestly, they'd probably keep a close eye on him.
Yeah, Like-
And yeah, I reckon there's about a 50-50% chance to get kicked out of the country, but I don't think it'll be on the same sort of terms.
Yeah. I mean, they're literal brothers, like blood brothers and shit, you know? Like,
Yeah, but I think, but like, I'm pretty sure he's not going to be like, oh yeah, my brother did this and got kicked out of the country. I'm going to do something like similar or something
yeah.
equally as stupid.
Yeah.
I think he's probably going to do something maybe less stupid or just something he didn't really check into, and then, you know.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
Like,
yeah, he might be an idiot too.
in all
Maybe not.
facial
I don't know. But, you know, yeah, you learn from others.
So Ruben, I heard you I heard you went to a car show and it had a bunch of JDM cars, like yeah.
Yeah, I don't like JDM cars.
But like it as like a mechanic and being
Training mechanic.
like a training, like in training mechanic, or like you said, what would you, if you ever like got like a what is that called, internship, that's what it is, internship, and you were working on cars, like what would you do with those cars? What would you do, like would you like
What would I do with those cars? Whatever the customer fucking tells me, because that's how I get my money at the end of the day.
but like would you ever open up a garage in Japan and like work on cars, because there's like a huge
Yeah, I probably will, but you know, I probably wanted to start up a dealership as well.
Yeah.
Maybe like a joint company, because I think the reason why JDM cars are so popular in Japan, well, mainly because they're produced in Japan.
Yeah.
Not many cars from other companies are sent to Japan.
No.
It's mostly Japan cars in Japan.
Yeah.
So they're limited to that sort of area.
Right.
You know, a lot of JDM cars are inline 4-cylinder
Yeah,
engines.
inline 4-cylinder.
There are rotary engines, but they're not always the best. High maintenance a lot of the time.
Very, very high maintenance, yeah.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it's not like I hate JDM cars. It's just they're a bit of a fuckboy car, and a car for people who like. You can like JDM cars and know a lot about cars, but most people, is what I'm saying, that like JDM cars don't know a fucking thing about them.
Right.
You know?
But Ruben, have you ever seen the scene out of Fast and the Furious or Tokyo Drift? That you know, the little the balcony and everything they had with all the people like hanging out up there and like chilling and all that shit, and they have this little,
like
I think
the what would normally be like a storage area.
Yeah, normal, but it's a garage. Like how cool do you think that would be to have like an actual like garage that is like based on Tokyo Drift? Like that's everyone's childhood dream.
I'd say it's a fairly awesome looking garage, and I have seen garages like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that would also cost a lot of money. I'm not sure in Japan, but at least where I am,
right,
I see more professional companies that aren't just, you know, group cars.
But yeah,
I mean, I've seen like higher cost companies that probably make a lot more money than those street racing groups, but they don't have that big of a garage. One, they might not need it, and two, a lot of them like to spend that money on a new garage and just keep doing a whole bunch of small garages.
Right.
Because, you know, depending on the area, that would change like the amount of work you have, the size you'd need.
Right.
But yeah, I think having a garage like that would be pretty fun.
It would be.
It's designed for that aspect. Rather than for
like
practicality.
Imagine like how many people that like car people that would attract just like a little hangout spot for like car people to like hang out and like have like a little convention where like have the cars like set up and like at different angles and have like what are those fucking car people, like famous like car people that
Or enthusiast.
yeah, cars enthusiasts and everything, and they come from all different kinds of countries. How cool do you think that would be, Ruben? Like to have all kinds of like people like on YouTube, on like what is that guy's name that has that TV show on Velocity, or that fucking channel that has a massive like car collection or everything. Like what would you do if like he came to Japan just to like look at our cars and like respectfully like criticize it and like but anyways, Kenny, what is your
Yeah.
views on the car community?
Oh, I fucking love it.
I mean, have you ever been to a car community, like Cars and Coffee or whatever? Like, have you ever been to one?
Yeah, I went to one pretty recently. I actually have photos, and I'll gladly DM them to you.
Awesome. I'm actually going to one on November 9th, which I'm gonna be taking photos of. So I'm actually, if I think everyone knows, or except the audio listeners actually know, that I'm actually a photographer, and I really, really, really want to like pursue a like career in like car photography and all this stuff, but I think these Cars and Coffees, it's like definitely like brings a positive aspect on the car community and everything,
Yeah.
But Soviet Union, do you like cars?
My car person myself, no, but yeah, like I can use yeah, I do like cars, but I'm not a car enthusiast.
Mm-hmm. Like, would you
Yeah.
ever like own like an exotic car if you were rich, or like what would you
Oh, if I
ever?
was rich, yeah, of course you gotta flex.
Yeah. But
Like if I'm just trying to get a car, I'd probably go for a good looking one, but one that's still,
I mean, same for
one
me. I
that's
don't.
less.
I don't want a junker, but you can if you ever have a junker, you can always fix that car up and like resell it,
Oh,
and
modifications, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a guarantee that I'm gonna do.
So Enoch,
Hmm?
would you like? I heard that you wanted to own like a '67 Mustang, or a Mustang or whatever. Like, I heard you're very
Yep.
inspired by that. Like,
Hey,
what like what aspects do you like about the Mustang, and do you think it's like very stylish and like it's basically your dream car pretty much, right?
Yeah. So when I was little, I saw what color was it? It was like
A cherry red.
cherry red.
Yeah, cherry red.
A cherry red with like glitter chrome
Mhm.
shine to it,
Mhm.
and I really like that color on a Mustang. I forgot what year it came out, but ever since then I started liking Mustangs.
Mustangs are honestly a real like. I think back in the '60s, like that was very like stylish and
because some of the best Mustangs
Yeah.
come from the 60s.
one
Mm,
like
Yeah.
definitely, I definitely agree on that. I agree with you on that, Ruben. So Soviet. Well, if you ever like wanted to get a car, what would you be your first car? Like as a starter car and
Yeah.
everything.
Little tykes.
Starter car.
Yeah, like I said.
Get a I forgot. What is it called? I don't know. Probably like a Nissan Maxwell, but then like customized it. Like modify it. Because to be honest, for me, I'm more about modifications than getting an actual car. Like a Mustang would be nice. Like all the others, like
But that like
really classic cars. But to be honest, I don't know much about cars. I
yeah.
don't. I forgot, there's like one that came to mind, but I forgot what it was called.
We'll teach you. We'll
Like, there
teach
was
you.
one that I
We'll
did.
teach you the ways. So Kenny.
GTX.
Okay. Oof.
There we
Hello.
go.
Is the wait, is
I
it
hear
GTX?
So Kenny, I heard you recently showed me a Volvo that was in it. Someone put a V8 in it, a V8 engine in it.
Yes, I managed to find a Volvo 242
Mhm.
that has a 1982 V8 engine from a Fox body Mustang in it.
Yeah,
And that thing is hauling ass.
yeah, I know. You showed me a video of that. I thought that was really, really cool.
Mhm.
But I don't really see. I mean, I think it's like a cruiser car, like a stylish like cruiser car. I think that's really cool.
Mhm.
Ruben, what is your views on that? Like, what's your opinion on that?
On what?
The Volvo that has the V8 in it.
Sorry, it's hitting me a little bit.
It's okay.
I mean,
Um,
I think we can all agree Volvos are decent cars for
Mhm.
like economy wise, but
Right.
let's just say all the bad qualities is fixed with the V8 engine,
Right.
except for the look, of course. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, this people look pretty nice. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I never even seen the inside of the engine. I never even seen the inside. Like, what does it look like? Like, can you send me pictures later or whatever of that?
Yeah, I can see the pictures later.
Yeah. But like, yeah.
I figured out the name of the starter car that I remember that I forgot the name, but I just figured it out.
Mhm.
It's a Corvette. More specifically, the
Corvettes.
Corvette.
The C7 or the I can't remember what it's called, but the Z06. That's what it was. Is that like your like main car that you would get if you're like had decent
Also
income?
the Corvette Stingray. But
Stingray?
that's
Yeah.
probably
Right.
sports cars.
Actually, I'll just give you the ad listing.
Yeah.
The
Give me
the Corvette Stingray, is that a 6-cylinder or
no V8.
8?
V8.
Oh, it's a V8.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Stingray. I think it's a 2006 model. I think I'm not sure though. That's like one of the older versions. But
What?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know, honestly. I don't even know. So on another topic,
On to another one.
on to another one. What do you guys think of Japan's suicide rate going up? Like
I mean, it's been
That's
going
more-
up ever since
Ever
it was
s-
made, so
yeah.
I think that's the
That's
same with
true.
all countries. But if you think about it, population's rising as well. It's not really too much of a big impact,
Yeah.
That's true.
Really is.
even though it's a pretty fucked up thing to say. But
Mhm.
if we look at it in the full perspective,
Yeah.
Not really that much.
But like
Also, here's a not so fun fact. Sorry,
Go
but
ahead.
apparently, I learned this recently. But according to suicide rates, or more so suicide attempts, it's been it's been more so proven that while girls do attempt suicide more often, it's not as successful. Well, when a guy does it, it usually is like a really high success rate. So, in the
Uh-huh.
grand scheme of things, guys are usually better at committing suicide.
that's
even
because
if-
more boys go to Boy Scouts and learn to tie knots better.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Jesus
no.
Christ. Come on, I'm an Eagle Scout. I'm literally an Eagle Scout. How dare you?
Oh, you should be a professional on it then.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Don't mind me, just hanging.
Oh my god. But yeah,
But yeah,
do you guys think like the government should like do anything about it or like make
The government should do a
programs?
lot of things that they don't
Yeah,
do.
but do you think they
Exactly.
should like have
see, the thing
their
about
citizens like talk about their like experiences? But you have to think about like what they've been through, what's going on in their life, and you know if
I think that's
their
more so it
their
is.
emotions.
And get rid of that, aka fucking crime.
Yeah, even
Yeah, but the thing is, the whole thing
crime.
is like
They
more so
say
of a societal thing.
politicians say that they're progressing every day, but then you see crime rates slowly drifting upwards.
Mhm.
but on another topic, Ruben, isn't your
Another
country's
one.
isn't your country the crime rate going up? And yeah, is your country's
Yeah,
like what's going on? What's going on with that like currently?
increased meth rates from your country.
Yeah, that's a pretty fucked up part. Like I gotta, as like an American citizen, I can actually like agree on that. Like, uh, especially from the
Murder.
cartels and it. Do you know how like they're producing fucking like all these drugs that aren't even on the black market, and they're literally setting them through like shipping containers, and like you don't see like New Zealand like doing anything about it in their ports and everything. Like, you never.
Yeah, that's true. But you guys aren't doing anything about it when they're leaving your ports either.
Yeah,
so.
I know. I don't get that. Like most, isn't it like? Does Quantico do that? I actually don't know if like Quantico does that or like port security, but in my opinion, they don't.
Obviously not.
Yeah,
Just
I
getting over
mean, but nobody does anything about it. Like literally nobody, and I think that upsets a lot of people, and it should it should upset a lot of other people's countries. But you don't see the politicians getting angry about it. They're like, whatever.
Yeah, because the politicians are making money off of just talking about it.
Yeah,
They are.
like the news and all that shit. When it goes on the news, they're making shit tons of money. Like, why? Why? If you're gonna say something and keep promises, you should keep that promise of actually like.
Promise to have to say it.
Yeah, like why?
Do you actually think they would actually keep their promises? Because you know damn well that they're just publishing it just to make more money.
Yeah,
That's the end goal of everything.
The key to becoming a lawyer is learning how to lie.
Is it wrong? Yeah. Is it morally
Sure.
wrong? Yeah. Is it legally wrong? That's questionable. But in the end, grand scheme of things, that is the end goal. You know, to make more profit.
that just boggles my mind. That honestly boggles my mind. Is just like just saying something and not keeping your promise, and that's how the world has like turned out and shit, you know.
I mean, to be honest, throughout history, that's been the case for the majority of the time.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks,
Speaking of that, let's talk
Thanks,
about the
Obama.
Second Amendment issue real quick. So first of all, I just want to throw in the fact that But I just want to throw this in. Last Sunday there was I just heard like 15 gunshots outside my literally like right in my backyard, like it was, like a few a few feet away, and I was like, oh, all right, guess I can't go outside today.
Right.
So yeah, that was fun.
But on another topic, another one. Did you guys hear that marijuana was?
Wait, no. Let's change topics yet. I've got something I need to say to you guys. So,
all right, go ahead.
This is where the fun begins.
Go ahead.
Your amendments, one of the biggest downfalls of your country.
Why is that?
That's what you guys. That's what you guys base a lot of your morals and everything off of. Like, you know, if something bad happens, the first thing Americans look to is their rights and amendments and shit.
Yeah,
we just implicate them into normal laws. Like, we don't put them up on a pedestal and be like, "Oh yeah, look, we've got problems. These are some ways to fucking solve them." So use it in every valid argument. Like, one of the downfalls of Americans, actually, but a lot of Americans don't want to admit it.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, even I'm admitting it.
At
Yeah,
least
but
we're
like,
not Britain took over the entire world with so much colonization in the early days and just left it all and just left everything in shambles.
But
Because
yeah,
to be honest, because of the fact that Great Britain, because of the fact that Great Britain went out and just not Great Britain, sorry, England, or whatever it's
England.
called
Yeah,
back in
the
day. Because of
Brexit.
that, yeah, England. But because England went around colonizing everything, making everything, then just left everything, like that really did cause like global scale just damage of like politics, politicians, shit, all that. Pretty much just left everything in shambles.
I mean, you guys
And
fought
after,
back and then ended up worse, so.
yeah, but I mean, like, who started it? That's the real thing. Who started it? Is that about how things are right now? Don't think about that. Just who started it.
Don't mind that sound, by the way.
You shooting someone?
Nah, it's just my local airport.
My local airport. What the hell are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just squatting a nuclear reactor.
So,
Anyway,
on another topic, did you guys hear that they actually legalized marijuana in another state?
Wow. I really don't give a shit.
But like,
I second that.
yeah, but you gotta
Here's the thing,
think
I don't.
it's medicine. Like most people don't
Yeah,
get that. But
Okay, here's the thing about marijuana. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Yeah, of course it's medicine. The problem is when people overuse it. That's the real problem. That's with any other substance.
Right.
It's pretty hard.
It should be legalized. To be honest.
Overuse it.
Marijuana as a medicine use, even as like a.
I mean, you should not use it. Go ahead.
Like every day.
Yeah, every day. But like, I mean, if you're like having like a hard day or whatever, just like, and I mean, in my opinion, in my opinion, like when I'm having a hard day, I just smoke a joint pretty much, and like most people like judge me for that, and I wish I can live like somewhere that like you wouldn't be judged for doing something that you like.
Amsterdam.
Obviously, but I just don't want to be judged. Like imagine like being judged like all your life just for smoking one joint, pretty much.
Oh shit! Here comes Dr. Phil.
But like I mean you're not wrong. But like imagine like being wronged and like shamed upon and like all this shit from other people on like but I think in most and people don't, I mean even the politicians don't like do their research. They don't do the research. They just say something, But did you guys know
they're just looking to get paid at the end of the day?
Yeah.
They don't really care about what they stand for.
Yeah, did you guys know that like Nixon? I heard about this. My mom taught me this. Nixon, actually, made Nixon.
Let's question everything your mother says about
No. Listen. Nixon, because she grew up in the 60s. Nixon said, like colonize or like the actual quote like marijuana, and that like came and he quote unquote I didn't really said, but he was implying like so it would be outlawed because it sounds Spanish pretty much, marijuana, because they thought it came from like that. He implied that it comes from the Hispanics and everything. That's what he did, because marijuana sounds Spanish, right?
Yeah.
So
I have no clue where the fuck this conversation is.
But no, but that's, and it was pretty much, and people call it marijuana. That's why they changed the name to cannabis. because it's a more like normal name. That's so they can like make it legalized. So, like that's the main movement, is to not like have all this shit like people being criticized, all this shit. But like, yeah,
I feel like marijuana should be the same thing as not the same thing, but like the same general area as alcohol, where obviously you shouldn't go outside, to go like a store,
yeah,
just drink like 2 beers at once,
yeah,
smoke like 3 joints at once. But like, yeah, every once in a while, like, yeah, of course. But, like,
yeah.
as I said, alcohol is legal in most places, and
But
like you can easily carry it around with you and shit.
right,
Problem is that
you
with
can't drink
marijuana,
it.
while sure you smoke it, yeah, like you shouldn't really do it outside unless
Mhm.
like unless you know that people around you are like comfortable with it. Same thing as smoking or pretty much anything else. Like,
Right.
you have to be like, you still have to
You have to be
respect
respectful
But
about
yeah,
it
like
and everything.
obviously they can't like be like, oh no, you can't do this. You can't even have the possession of it. And stuff. Like, in the end,
Right.
it's just another thing.
Right. But
So
like,
as I said, it really is a good thing. And yeah, but like it's like the problem is just the over abuse of it. But like that can be said with almost everything.
right.
So, like that argument right there is weak. Where it's like, oh, it'll make you really bad. Even though like most people smoke marijuana, the purpose of one of like,
Ruben, stop sticking your dick into the fan, please.
This is mid sentence. But yeah, so Joe Biden actually wants to make it a Schedule 2 drug. So basically all like the
I don't know
industry.
who that is.
Joe Biden is the next coming up for the election and everything, but he wants to basically make it a Schedule 2 drug, and that basically gives control to all the pharmacies. Don't you think?
to be honest, it's gonna be
But I don't agree with that. Why would you give all like, you know how corrupt fucking pharmacies are and shit? Because they claim that this will help, but it actually doesn't. Like it depends on the person. Like it depends on the person who's taking the medicine, or like, But all this shit you see, like all the advertisements, all this shit, and like most of the time, like it took me like 6 years to actually progress in medicine, like taking my medicine and everything. Most of the medicines didn't even work on me until I got with these medicines or whatever. And that's what pissed me off and everything. But like, I think marijuana or cannabis is like the most like glorified, and like it gets a lot of hate by people, even like in Republican states, because they're Republican. And I mean, if the one thing, I mean, I did research, like I don't know if Ruben remembers this or any of you remember this. Last year, every single day I went on the internet. This is how motivated I was towards this. Is like I did research every single day if like New York State was going to legalize recreational marijuana. Actually, the governor of New York State really is pushing towards legalizing recreational marijuana, and I was hoping, but obviously that didn't happen. But I think everyone would be better off, Like literally everyone.
I zoned out through a lot of that conversation.
But everyone would be better off just to like live their own life and like have their own opinions and all this shit. Ruben over here playing with a fan.
Yeah, dude, you already know mine, so.
Yeah, but like, I think we're gonna end. Ow, my ears. My fucking ears. I think we're gonna end off the podcast. We're pretty fucking tired, so this has been the Freakysquad podcast, and we'll catch you later.
One.
Bye.
Bye.